Hello everyone, welcome. This short series 501 is about defending the corner that you just occupied with the simplest Josekis. So in the first video, we talked about the 3-3 invasion to the start point. And in this video, I'll teach you one simple Joseki that can help you defend against the knight's approach. So this is a very common approach to the start point. And if you're white, how should you respond with a simple Joseki? We'll get to the complicated ones later in this chapter, but now a simple one to help you stay alive. You should respond with a knight's move down here. And now black has 3 choices, and I'll teach you the most popular one because this is the only one that warrants your response. The other 2 you can play elsewhere. So let's go with a simple Joseki first. Black will play this attachment underneath. And then what white needs to do is to play the 3-3 point, the bend, or the hane point. And then the correct move for black, or the only correct move actually, is to play another hane, the double hane, or the double bend. And now, if you're white, and if you want to keep it simple, simply play this connect. This is a very solid shape. And now black has this cutting point, this wedge. So black needs to play this kind of a double tiger mouth here to finish the Joseki. So the result of this Joseki is that white has a very solid shape here. It is almost alive. Most likely it will be alive. And black has successfully contested white's occupation of the corner by establishing a living shape. This is also about 90% alive. And what's good for white is that white has sente again. So white can play elsewhere because this pattern on the upper left is already considered finished. White has the initiative to play somewhere else on the board. Of course, this double hane can lead to pretty complicated variations that we'll go through later in this chapter. But for now, just remember number 10, connect here, and black will play here. So this will be your second Joseki. Very simple and very useful. Just very briefly on the 2 other possibilities that you might see. One is this knight's move on the second line. This used to be a very classic Joseki that I will introduce again later in this chapter, but for now, I'll tell you the conclusion is that white can play elsewhere. These 4 moves can itself be some kind of a simple Joseki, but this black 7 is considered inefficient and a little slow. So now white can take the initiative and play elsewhere on the board. Lastly, you might see something on the side, especially this start point, or maybe this point right here. This means that black wants to establish more influence on the upper side. But by playing here, black is no longer adding pressure to white's corner. So similarly, after this exchange, white has sente, and white should consider playing elsewhere on the board and not focus on the upper left anymore. So the main takeaway from today's lesson is, of course, this Joseki. And when black plays this knight's move on the second line, or if black plays this or this on the upper side, then white can take sente and play elsewhere on the board. And that's some of the simplest responses to the knight's approach to the corner start point. Thank you for watching.